Hello guys, so finally I am back with my full review of the YU Yureka, and I have to say that the device is surely good, but it needs tweaks in the software. Like there are few bugs like the proximity sensor bug which needs to be fixed very early, because many people said that OnePlus One's future will depend on the software updates. Like if Cyanogen provides software update on time, and it did not happen actually. 90 days have already crossed and the Lollipop update for the OnePlus One is not yet released. And I'm pretty much sure that that's the case with Yureka too. If Cyanogen provides very good updates and timely updates to the Yureka, then the Yureka will be surely a very nice piece. So let's get into the full review and let's get started with the build quality. Yureka surely feels very nice in hand. The phone feels sturdy. The Gorilla Glass at the front is very good. I did not use any scratch guard on the phone and the phone performed exceptionally well. I have to say that I used the phone very roughly, not that roughly, but I used the phone in my jeans and I did not care if the phone will get scratched or not, but still it did not get any single scratch, so that's surely a plus point for the Yureka. And the buttons provided with the Yureka are surely very nice. They feel very sturdy, very good, and while you click them you can feel every click, and that's a plus point for the Yureka. And hitting is one of the most important aspect of any phone. Like if the phone hits up a lot, then it's not quite usable. So does Yureka hit up? I would say yes and no too, because if you play Asphalt for half an hour or 1 hour, the phone will surely heat up. It's not, it doesn't have any cooler inside like we have in a PC. So it heats up, but it does not heat up to a level on which I'll say that it is uncomfortable to hold. So that's surely a plus point. But as I said earlier, the software on the Yureka is a little problematic. I took some photos in the college. I did not close the application. I just pressed home button, the camera application, and many applications were running in the background. So I just put it in my pocket. And after some time, I took out the phone and I realized the phone was heated up. And when I went into the battery stats, I realized the camera was running in the background. That's why the phone heated up. And that happened around 2-3 times in my full usage of around 2 weeks, I would say. Yeah, and that's quite irritating bug, because Cyanogen mod, when I use it on other phones, these type of bugs are not there actually. And when Cyanogen supports any device officially, then this type of bug should not be there. And the heating only takes place at the top of the phone besides camera. CPU or the GPU might be present over here. That's why the phone heats up on the top right corner of the phone. So yeah, and another very irritating bug is the proximity sensor bug. As soon as you put the phone towards your ear, the screen should turn off and touch should be deactivated, but that does not happen with Yureka sometimes. The phone keeps the screen running and the touch screen is also working. As you can see over here, the distance required to turn off the screen is very less in the case of Yureka. You have to put the device very near to your ear. Very near to your ear. Then only the screen turns off. Otherwise, the screen does not turn off. And sometimes I personally encountered this issue that the phone randomly went to calendar application or dialed any random number. Out of the blue that happened. So yeah, that's quite irritating bug, and that should be fixed in the next software update. Now let's talk about the battery life on the Yureka. And I have mixed feelings with the battery life. The battery life was surely very good. You can easily get through a day without even charging the phone. If you leave the home with Yureka at 100% charge, even if you come back home, you will have some charge left, like 20% or 30% depending on your use. And I tried different modes, like I use the phone very heavily, like I browse a lot, I played games, I watched videos and everything. I did that, and on one day I did not do much, like I used it as a normal user, and I have to say that when I used it as a normal user, the phone lasted very good. The standby time is very good on the Yureka. But when I used it as a very heavy user, like continuously the screen was on, I got around 4 hours and 30 minutes or 5 hours of screen on time with that. The phone lasted me a day, because at the end of the day, at around 5 to 6 PM, I had around 30% juice left in the mobile. So I did not play games and I just watched videos 1 hour more, and after that the battery went down. But that's surely a great thing about the Yureka, that you get such an amazing battery life at 9000. So after battery, let's talk about the camera on the phone. And the 13 megapixel shooter at the back and the 5 megapixel shooter at the front surely perform very good, I would say. And the 13 megapixel shooter takes very good pictures considering the 9000 price, and the front facing camera is exceptionally well at 9,000. I am considering the price because we cannot expect the performance of OnePlus One or performance of Galaxy S5 which costs around 35,000. We cannot expect that performance, but considering 9,000 price point, the Yureka surely performs very well. As you can see in the sample pictures, the pictures are crisp, clear, and there are not much issues for a normal user. So if you are planning to do professional photography, then this phone might not be for you. But if you are a normal user like me, I only take photos of assignments or when I go on a trip or when I go outside somewhere. Then only I take photos with my friends or something like that. Then the phone is surely good. I mean, the phone is very good in the camera department. So yeah, that's it for the camera department. So let's move to the performance of the phone. And in day-to-day life, I would say the phone performs good, not the best in the price point, but it's good enough. You won't notice much of lag in the games, or you won't notice that while multitasking the phone is lagging a lot. It won't be like that. It won't be like any Samsung phones. If you are using a Samsung phone, then it won't be like any Samsung phone which are priced around 20,000, or I would say Galaxy Grand or Galaxy Grand Prime, Galaxy Grand 2. These phones lag a lot even after they are double the price. So when I look at the Yureka, I have to say that it does not lag at all. If you are a heavy user, then it might be like if you are switching between Asphalt 8 and NFS Most Wanted, then little bit of lag is quite possible. And considering the octa-core processor and 2GB RAM, that should not be there, I guess. So as I said earlier, it will take few more updates for the Cyanogen to take full advantage of the octa-core processor and the 64-bit processor, because currently it's running on KitKat, and KitKat is 32-bit operating system and Lollipop is 64-bit operating system, and Yureka's processor is octa-core which supports 64-bit. So whenever Lollipop update, which is 64-bit update for the Yureka releases, I'm pretty much sure that there will be a noticeable difference between the performance compared to KitKat. So let's wait for the Lollipop update, and I hope that Lollipop update is released in coming 1 or 2 weeks, because it's been 90 days and Galaxy S5, Galaxy S4, these phones got Lollipop update. Even the Moto E got Lollipop update, and Yureka, which is supported by Cyanogen, and Cyanogen only supports 2 devices as of now. So it should not be a problem for Cyanogen to release the Lollipop update very fast. So I pray that the YU Yureka receives Lollipop update very early. So now let's talk about one of the most asked questions with the Yureka. Is Redmi Note 4G better than Yureka, or should I go for Lenovo A6000, or should I wait for Yureka? Because many people are not able to buy Yureka online on the Amazon, and it's very frustrating. I personally had to wait 3 weeks to get the phone. At least on Flipkart, if you are quick enough, then you can get a phone, but on Amazon, even if you are quick, even if you have 50 Mbps or 50 Gbps speed, you cannot simply buy the device because it throws random error at random time. So yeah, that's very frustrating, but let it be. But when it comes to Redmi Note 4G and Yureka, I cannot simply say that buy Redmi Note 4G and do not go for Yureka, and I cannot even say that buy Yureka and do not go for Redmi Note 4G, because both the phones have their plus points and negative points. If you are a normal user, like if you use the phone as it is, do not customize anything, you do not like to flash ROMs, you do not like to flash kernels. Personally, I think if you are having Android, then you should try at least to flash ROMs and kernels, because even if you flash ROMs, kernel, root your device, brick it, do whatever you want in software, your warranty does not void on both the phones. I'm pretty much sure that when it comes to development, Yureka's development of kernels, ROMs and everything will be very huge as compared to Redmi Note 4G. So if you are a little bit advanced user, or if you want to get into flashing ROMs and flashing kernels, which is one of the most important things of Android, and that's why I personally like Android, then Yureka is the device for you, and you should not, or you may not consider Redmi Note 4G. But you do not like to do that, then don't worry, you can simply buy Redmi Note 4G, because the performance on both the phones is very good. There are no issues in the performance, but Redmi Note 4G has plus point on the camera and the display. The display on the Redmi Note 4G is surely very beautiful, and it looks very promising than Yureka. But when it comes to Lollipop update, I am 110% sure that Yureka is going to get Lollipop update very early than Redmi Note 4G. And Yureka's build quality is quite better than the Redmi Note 4G, and the battery life on both the phones is very good. There are no issues with the battery life too. So I won't say that it's not a good phone. Both the phones are good. You may check out my Redmi Note 4G's full review. I'll give the link of that in the description below. So don't forget to check that out too if you are confused between two. And I'll leave the decision up to you because it's very tough, guys, to suggest any one device. If I would have been at your place, then it would have been very tough for me to buy only one device. But I would have gone with Yureka because of the development. I would have ignored some software issues, and I'm pretty much sure and very hopeful that it will be fixed in future updates. If Cyanogen doesn't fix it, then I don't know. And one more strong point about the Yureka is the 16GB internal memory. It seems quite, it's not that hype point, but yes, 16GB is very good, and at 9,000 there is no other phone which gives you 16GB. Yes, Moto G first generation and second generation give you 16GB, but they are priced higher. When it comes to 9,000, I cannot think of any other phone which gives you 16GB of internal storage plus supports 32GB officially, but 64GB is also supported because many people use the 64GB microSD card in the Yureka and that worked very flawlessly. When you add a 64GB memory card to a 16GB phone, it becomes, I don't know the addition, but it's a very huge amount. So that's surely a plus point for the Yureka. Now let's talk about the sound quality on the phone. And when it comes to the speaker on the phone, which is at the back, the sound quality is not that good. I would say the sound quality is very low and it's not that loud at all. So yeah, but when it comes to the front facing earpiece, the phone performs very good in that department. The front facing earpiece is very good. There are no issues with the front facing earpiece. And when it comes to audio quality, audio output rather, through headphones, the phone is very good in that department too. I won't say that it's exceptionally well, but the audio quality is very good. I tried them with Sennheiser CX180. The MI pistols I tried with both of them, and if you want to buy any headphones, then I have already made few videos on comparing few budget headphones, so I'll give the link of those videos too in the description below, so don't forget to check that out. After sales service is one of the interesting factors about Yureka because they won't be having service centers as of now at least. They will be coming at your home, picking up the phone, they'll repair it and they'll parcel it back to you. And that's very new system. That's not the traditional one which we have followed for years or decades. That we go into service center, then we stand in the line, then we fight with the operator over there. That's not the case with Yurekas. I do not know if the after sales services will be exceptionally well or it will be exceptionally bad. So I cannot comment about that because I personally did not go through it. And very few people, like I had found only one or two people who said that they had to contact the service center, so I cannot say about that as of. And software is surely one of the plus points for the Yureka. There are tons of customizations that you can do with the Cyanogen 11 OS that's pre-installed on the Yureka. Like you can long press the volume button to play the next song, or you can simply double tap the screen to unlock the device, and that's surely a very nice feature to use. So this is pretty much it for this video, guys. If you have any specific doubts about the Yureka, then don't forget to leave them in the comment section below. I would surely try to answer them. And I have to say that all the things in the Yureka are surely good, but they need some tweaking to be the best device below 10,000. Redmi Note 4G is very good competitor when it comes to Yureka, but after few software updates, if Cyanogen mod provides it, then the device will be very good. The only thing that is lacking in the phone right now is few software bugs, and they are quite annoying sometimes. So I hope Cyanogen listens to me and fixes the bug very soon. Micromax started a completely new brand with YU, which was not related with Micromax. So it's not Micromax Yureka, guys, it's YU Yureka. That's a complete new brand. My expectations were very high. All the expectations are surely not met, but being its first phone, I'm quite impressed by the Yureka. And if you are listening, then I expect you to design the phone yourself next time, because this phone was taken from Coolpad F2, something like that. That was the same design of that phone. So I expect you to make their own design next time. So yeah, all the best for that. So this is it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button if you like this video, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already. And I have already made some videos on the Yureka, and I will be making some videos on the Yureka. So stay tuned for that, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. So thank you, guys. Thank you for watching. You'll have some charge left, like 20% or 30% depending on your use. Next update, whichever will be after Lollipop LK. Yureka's development in ROMs department and kernels department will be far better than the regular forges. When we talk about Redmi 4G and Yureka, I don't know why we forget Lenovo 6000 because it's not as hyped as Yureka and Redmi 4G. But I personally use Lenovo 6000 for more than a week and I have to say that the device is exceptionally well. Like if your budget does not allow you to go for Yureka of 9000 and you are stretching your budget, then Lenovo 6000 is a perfect example of a mind-blowing. Then Lenovo 6000 is perfect. Then Lenovo A6000 is the perfect example of a mind-blowing phone at 7000 because with Lenovo 6000 you get exceptionally well. Because with Lenovo 6000 you get exceptionally well. I mean very good battery life. Plus the display on the phone is very nice. And if you are confused between Redmi 4G and Yureka but you do not want 5.5 inch display, like it's very big for you, Lenovo 6000 is a perfect option for you. I'll be reviewing the Lenovo 6000 in the coming few days, so don't forget to wait for that.